Deputy Prime Minister and Minister of Foreign Affairs Thongloun Sisoulith revealed that the Initiative for Asean Integration, or IAI, Work Plan 3 and the post-2015 Agenda for Asean Connectivity will be the key two documents adopted by the bloc's leaders at the Asean Summit later this year.
รัฐมนตรีต่างประเทศอาเซียนได้ปรึกษาหารือถึง8บุริมสิทธิ์สำหรับการเป็นประธานอาเซียนปี 2016 ที่เสนอโดยสปป.ลาว
Deputy Prime Minister and Minister of Foreign Affairs Thongloun Sisoulith reveals the plan when delivering a statement to domestic and foreign media on Saturday after the closing of the Asean Foreign Ministers Retreat held in Vientiane. The two documents are in keeping with ASEAN's goal to narrow the development gap and enhance regional connectivity, which are two of the 8 priorities of Laos as the Asean Chair this year.
ภายใต้การเป็นประธานของสปป.ลาวจะมี2เอกสารสำคัญคือแผนเวียกขอริเริ่มสำหรับการเชื่อมโยงอาเซียนฉบับที่3และวาระการเชื่อมจอดอาเซียนหลังปี 2015
According to him, the two key deliverable documents under the Lao PDR's chairmanship are the Initiative for Asean Integration Work Plan 3 and the post-2015 Agenda for Asean Connectivity. Mr. Thongloun said implementation of the Asean Community Vision 2025 was a central focus of last week's meeting. He said these two documents, upon adoption by ASEAN leaders at the summit in September, will form an integral part of the Asean Community Vision 2025. Of ASEAN's 10 member countries, Cambodia, Laos, Myanmar, and Vietnam still lag behind the bloc's founder members. It is widely recognized that this development gap is hindering the integration process, leading to the launch of the IAI Work Plan.
พวกเราได้ซุ่มใส่ปรึกษาหรือในการจัดตั้งวิสัยทัศน์ของประชาคมอาเซียน 2025 โดยเฉพาะแม่แผนแม่บทของเสาค้ำประชาคมการเมืองความมั่นคงอาเซียน
Concerning the Asean Community Vision 2025, Mr. Thongloun, who chaired the Ministers Retreat, said the launch of the Asean Community in December 31st, as well as the adoption of the Asean Community together with the 3 Asean Community Blueprint, has boosted momentum for ongoing efforts to consolidate and strengthen in regional integration and community building. ASEAN leaders adopted the Master Plan on Asean Connectivity in October 2010, aiming to promote economic growth, narrow development gaps, boost ASEAN integration and community building, enhance competitiveness in ASEAN, promote deeper social and cultural understanding as well as greater mobility, and connect member states within the region and with the rest of the world.
With our external trading partners.
The ASEAN Political Security Blueprint and its strengthening of ASEAN external relations and ASEAN centrality in the evolving regional architecture were also on the agenda of the Asean Foreign Ministers Retreat. The ministers discussed ways and means to further deeper cooperation and dialogue partners, as well as strengthen engagement with other external parties. They exchanged views on regional and international issues of common interest and concern, including security challenges such as terrorism, cyber security, natural disasters, climate change, irregular migration, human trafficking, maritime cooperation, and developments in the Middle East, Korean Peninsula, and the South China Sea. The ministers reaffirmed ASEAN's commitment to working with the international community to combat terrorism in all its forms. Concerning the nuclear test by the Democratic People's Republic of Korea, or DPRK, and the country's rocket launch, the ministers reiterated ASEAN's full support for the denuclearization of the Korean Peninsula in the peaceful manner. They urged the DPRK to comply with all the United Nations Security Council resolutions and called on parties involved to make a concerted effort to maintain peace and security.
landed on the South China Sea territory.
With regard to the South China Sea, the ministers were seriously concerned about developments there and took note of the concerns expressed by other ministers on land and reclamation and the escalation of activities in the area, saying these had eroded trust and confidence, increased tension, and may undermine peace, security, and stability in the region.
ทั้งหมดนี้แม่นมรรคผลที่สำคัญของกองประชุมวงแคบของรัฐมนตรีอาเซียนที่หาก็สำเร็จไปในตอนเช้ามื้อนี้